Very good morning, my dear friends. Myself, Dr.M.H.Annaiah, Vice Principal at Saptagiri College of Engineering, Bangalore, and former Professor of Mechanical Engineering at M.S. Ramaiah Institute of Technology, Bangalore. Friends, in today's session, I am going to start with a new subject by name Design of Machine Elements 1. And this is a common subject for all the students of mechanical engineering, industrial engineering, production engineering, and in general to all mechanical engineers. Here I am going to start with the chapter Riveted Joints. So in today's session I am going to tell you in detail about riveted joints, their classification, how they are classified, and what are the designation, that is how the riveted joints are classified. Friends, this riveted joint has got only two elements, that is the plates to be joined and the rivets, small mechanical elements by name rivets are here. I have just shown one such which has got a round head having thickness 1.7 times the diameter of the shank, and the head is there which has got a width is equal to 1.60. There is a tail and this shank portion is uniform till this height, and there is a tapered portion, and this tapered portion is going to help us in forming another head similar to this after this is being riveted. Friends, these riveted joints have lot of applications, particularly in case of long bridges built across the seas. Then you have the pressure vessels such as boilers. Then you have got the riveted structures such as the staircases used in metros, etc. It has lot of application, and this process of riveting is done in two stages. That is, in stage number 1 called hot riveting, the rivets are heated to a high temperature. They are inserted in the holes in the plate, and then a head is formed at the bottom. This is used for ductile materials such as steel, etc. And in smaller applications like a small application like vessels and all that, we make use of a riveting process called cold riveting, where the rivets are not heated to any temperature. They are formed in the joint at the room temperature itself. Friends, now the most important classification of these riveted joints is in two stages, that is broadly classified into two types. One is the lap joint, other is the butt joint. So I am going to explain both of these joints in detail. Now coming to these lap joints, friends, the plates to be riveted are placed one over the other, or they are lapped one over the other. Series of holes are drilled according to the load in 2 rows, 3 rows, etc. and these rivets are inserted and the joint is made. So I will say here the classification, in the classification of the riveted joints, we have the lap joints and the second category is butt joints. So in the lap joints, if you take up this lap joint, we have two plates, say made of mild steel, that is MS plates. They are placed one over the other. Series of rows of holes are made in that, and the rivets are inserted to get the joint. So when I take up this lap joint, I will just explain this. So you have a plate like this, another plate is placed just over that, and here the joint is made by making use of number of rows of rivet. This is one such rivet. This is plate 1 and this is plate 2, and these are the plates to be riveted. And friends, you can see here in this lap joint, here this is the axis of the rivet, and when this is subjected to a pull, say pull P in this direction, so these rivets may fail at this junction where these two plates meet. So these lap joints are classified or designated as single riveted lap joint when you have only one row of rivets made along the two plates. For example, if you have a plate like this, plate number 1, this is plate number 2, these two plates, at the top I am writing, suppose there is a rivet hole here, rivet, rivet, etc. Here this joint is made by making use of only one line of rivet or one row of rivet, and such a joint we call as single riveted lap joint. Similarly, if you have two such rows, one adjacent to the other like this, we will say this is a double riveted lap joint. And if we call this as row number 1 and this as row number 2, in a double riveted lap joint, the arrangement of rivets could be in the form of a chain riveting, wherein every rivet in the second row will be adjacent to the first row like this. Rivet 1, rivet 2, rivet 3, these 3 rows are there. So here every rivet in the second row is adjacent to the first, second. This is parallel to this or adjacent to that. And such a riveted joint we call as a double riveted lap joint. Similarly, if you have got 3 such rows of rivets, R1, R2 and R3, we call that as a triple riveted lap joint. Again friends, the arrangement of these rivets need not be in this chain riveting. It could be even a staggered form, or here what you will have? You will have one rivet adjacent to the other exactly in the middle. So suppose we call this as the second row, there will be a rivet here, there will be a rivet exactly here. So this arrangement is called zigzag arrangement. There are 2 rows of rivets, we call it as double riveted lap joint, and since the rivets are staggered, so we call it as double riveted lap joint with zigzag riveting. Similarly friends, if you have 3 rows of rivets, we call that joint as triple riveted lap joint. Again, the arrangement could be chain or zigzag. And friends, there are some special types of these riveted joints also, wherein the pitch of these rivets in the outer row will be twice that in the inner row, and so on. For example, if you have these 2 plates placed one over the other, plate number 1, plate number 2, there could be an arrangement like this. There are 3 rows, and here you will have the arrangement. The rivets may be arranged like this, wherein friends you have got the 3 rows, 1, 2 and 3 are there. Here if you observe the pitch means the distance between any 2 adjacent rivets in a row. For example, here to here, we call this as pitch in the outer row, and that in the inner row which you call is PI. Friends, if you see this particular arrangement, there are 3 rows of rivets, row 1, row 2 and row 3, but pitch in the outer row is twice that in the inner row. So this is a special type of lap joint wherein the pitch in the outer row is twice that in the inner row. So you are going to have lot of problems on each of these types later on. Friends, after knowing what a lap joint is, how the rivets are arranged, in what form they are arranged. Let us go to a butt joint. Friends, as the name indicates, in a butt joint, suppose there are two plates, plate number 1 and plate number 2. If they are to be riveted or a joint is to be made, these are brought end to end. That means the plates are butt against each other, and using one cover plate or two cover plates, one at the top and one at the bottom, we are going to have different arrangement of rivets. For example, if you have a rivet arrangement like this, that is, this is plate number 1, this is plate number 2. These plate 1 and 2 are to be joined by a single cover plate. I will say this is plate number 1, plate 1, this is plate number 2, PL2, and this is a butt strap or a cover plate. It's called a butt strap. It's another steel plate which is put above these two. And here, say, we are going to have number of rows of rivets. For example, in a butt joint like this, we have on each of the plates to be joined, there is only one row of rivet. That is, up to here, you have got one plate. This is the second plate. Friends, here you can just observe that there is only one line of rivet on each of the plates. That is, this is row 1 and again here this is row 2. There is only one line of rivet, and we call such a joint as a butt joint with single cover plate. This is called a cover plate or a butt strap. So these are the plates to be joined. We are going to keep these two plates. Then after keeping them, we drill through holes, insert the rivets in that, make the joint. Again friends, if you have two such rows of rivets on each plate, we call it as double riveted butt joint. Here, unlike our lap joints, the butt joints are designated as double riveted, triple riveted, quadruple riveted, and so on, depending on the number of rows of rivets on each plate. So here if you have got only one row of rivets on each plate, it is called a single riveted butt joint. If you have two rows on each plate from here to here, we call it as double riveted butt joint with single cover plate. If you have three rows of rivets on each plate, it is called a triple riveted butt joint with single cover plates. Again friends, here the arrangement of these rivets could be in any of the forms what I have shown for the lap joint. It could be a single riveted or with a single row, double row, with chain riveting or with zigzag riveting, or with pitch in the outer row, twice in the inner row, and so on and so forth. Friends, after learning what a butt joint is, which is made with a single cover plate, next we have the second butt joint, which is made using two cover plates of equal weight. Friends, say this is one plate, we have this is the another plate, we have got plate number 1, plate number 2, and these are riveted by making use of two cover plates. Friends, you can see, suppose say I will just make only one row of rivets here. This is one row on this plate, which is shown by hatched lines like this, and similarly other plate is here. Suppose say you have got one more rivet here. Friends, here you can see that this joint has got one row of rivet on each plate. That is, this is one row on plate number 1, this is one row on plate number 2. But we have made this with using two cover plates. This is cover plate CP1 and this is CP cover plate 2 or butt strap 2. Here friends, you can see here, when you observe this, both the cover plates, if I just call this as width W1, and the upper cover plate will also have the same width W2, which is exactly equal to W1. That means they have the same width. So we can call this joint as a butt joint with two cover plates, cover plate 1 and cover plate 2 having same width. So this is another important type of butt joint. Friends, again for the purpose of explanation, I have just shown only one row of rivet. So it could be 2 rows, 3 rows, etc. depending on the load the joint has to take. Friends, now coming to the third type of these butt joints, you have butt joints made for joining these two plates covering two cover plates of unequal width. For example, say friends, you have one plate here, the second plate is here, and this could be made by making use of two cover plates. That is friends, this is cover plate 1, CP1, this is cover plate 2, and here you can see friends, this has got a width, say W2, width of the larger cover plate, and this is W1, width of the plate having smaller width. So here friends, you can see here, suppose say you have one row of rivet here and again one more row here. Later on I am going to take all these separately and work out lot of problems which will make this concept very clear to all of you. Friends, this is another row of rivet. Friends, you can see here, there are two plates, plate 1 and this is plate 2. They are made using two cover plates of width W1 and W2, where W2 is larger than W1. That is, it is a butt joint. Since I have got two rows of rivets on each plate, we call such a joint as a butt joint with two cover plates of unequal width. And later on when you take up the examples, I am going to tell you in detail how such a joint fails and how the rivets get sheared. Is it double shear or is it single shear? So all these things I am going to tell you in detail. Friends, after knowing the rivets, the riveted joints, the classification of riveted joints, friends, I would like to tell you one important thing. Probably in another 4 to 6 videos, I am going to cover the full syllabus of these riveted joints, which comes in the second year or third year BE program. That is generally 5th or 6th semester in most of the universities. And friends, myself having around 4 decades plus years of teaching in top engineering colleges, I am very sure I should be able to deliver very good material. And friends, whenever you are going through any video or whenever you are watching any video, please see that you go through the complete video. Just by going through for 2 minutes or 1 minute will not help you. Go through the complete video. See that if it is useful to your friends or the student community, you share the information with all the friends. Friends, in the sessions to come, I am going to have lot of problems, numerical problems worked out on all these chapters. Friends, if you are happy with the presentation I have made on these riveted joints, please subscribe. Never forget to subscribe. Share the information with all your friends. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. This is Dr.M.H.Annaiah signing off.